Welcome to VLearn's online class. In this session, we will discuss about the DBMS, that is Database Management System, and in DBMS, we will discuss the practical functioning of DBMS package, that is MS Access. Now, to work on MS Access, firstly, we have to open it. And to open it, go to Start menu, type Access and select Microsoft Access. Now, what is the use of MS Access? It is basically used to create the databases. Now, we all knows what is database and what is the use of database. It is used to store, or we can say if the data is organized in a proper or structured manner, then we can say it database. Database helps or facilitate the sharing of data. It reduces the redundancy or duplicacy of data. As in, you can also say it removes the drawbacks of the previous file management systems. Now, first of all, we have to create a database in the MS Access, and to create a database, go to File, New, select Blank Database. You can select Blank Data Access Page, Project, Project New Data, or you can select the existing file also. But to create a new file or new database, select Blank Database. Give the name to your database. For example, here we give name student or employee database. Select the location where you want to save it and click on create. Now, in the database, the first thing we have to create is the table. The tables can be created in three ways. That is, you can create a table in design view. You can create a table by using wizard, or you can create a table by entering data. First of all, we will do the creation of table by using the design view. Double click on the design view. Now, we have to specify the field name, that is the heading of the fields which you want to give in your tables. If you want to create a table of an employee, then an employee table can contain which type of fields, that for example ID. Then select the data type. It means the type of data that the field can store. It can be text, which can hold alphabets as well as numbers. Memo for detailed entries, like if you want to give the description of any product, description of any employee. It means if you want to give the description of anything, then you can select memo field. Number, for enter the number. Number can be decimal number, it can be integer number. Date, time, to enter the date and time. Currency is used for monetary values. Auto numbers is basically used for the primary keys. Primary keys, as we already discussed in the sessions, that is the unique identifier. Now, after the auto number means the numbers which will be automatically generated. Then yes, no, the fields that stores the result either in yes or no. Object linking and embedding, it means if you want to link another object or another file with your MS Access file, then you can select OLE. Then hyperlink. Hyperlink is used for linking the files, and lookup wizard for searching purposes. Now, firstly we have to select the ID. You can take any data type and give the description. For example, it will hold the ID of employee. Next is employee name, which will be in text. The description is name of an employee or name of employee. Next is basic salary, which will be of number type, or you can also select monetary values, which will hold the basic salary of employee. Then in this way you can take any field like DA, that is dearness allowance, contact number, you can take the contact number in text, because in text you can enter alphabets as well as number. Then address can also be in text. Similarly, you can take any number of fields whichever you want to take in your database. Now, this is the simple creation of the structure of the database. After creating this, press Ctrl+W to save these changes. Then click on yes to save the changes. Specify the name for your table and click on OK. Now, in this structure, we did not create a primary key, and if you want to create a primary key at this time, then click on yes. Otherwise, if you want to set it later, then click on no. Now this is the table, EMP table. If you want to enter data in EMP table, then double click on this and enter data in the table. After entering the data, press Ctrl+W. But we can also specify some constraints on the database, and to apply the constraints, again right click on this table and open it in design view. At the time of creation also you can give the constraint, or you can specify the constraint. For example, if you want to make ID field as primary key, then right click on it and select the primary key option. Again, name is in text form, and if you want to set the size of the field, therefore you can see the size of the field is 50. It means maximum 50 characters can be inserted in name field. If you want to set the maximum number of characters, then you can set from field size option. Then basic salary is of number type. In number also there are different field sizes according to the format selected by you, that is byte, integer, long integer, single, double. For example, if you want to enter basic salary and if the basic salary is below 32,000, then you can take integer. And to specify the check on salary, for example, if you want the salary should be between 15 to 30,000, then you can apply validation also. And to apply the validation, first of all click on the field on which you want to apply the validation, then go to the validation rule, click on this, select, write basic salary should be greater than 15,000 and basic salary should be less than 30,000. In this way you can specify the condition and click on OK. Similarly, we take a name basic, that is without space. Then we specify the basic should be greater than 15,000 and basic should be less than 30,000. Now in DA you can also set the validation rule, and if the user does not follow the validation, if the user wrongly enters some wrong entry, then what text or what message you want to display to the user, write the message here, that is enter valid salary. Then this is the second constraint, that is check constraint. To create a primary key, you can right click on the key and select the primary key option. To apply the validation, that is check constraint, select the field and you can set the validation rule. Next one is not null constraint. Not null means if you want that the user must enter any value in the field, then you have to specify the not null constraint. For example, if you don't want that the name field should field should be left blank, then select the field and go to required and select yes. Required yes means there must be an entry in this field. This is the not null constraint. Similarly, you can set the default value for the default constraint, means if the user does not enter any value in the address field, suppose, then by default which value you want to specify here, that is Delhi, or you can specify any other value. After making the changes, click on Ctrl W and click on yes. Now open the database, enter the values. If you enter salary that does not specify the validation rule, then an error message will be shown to you.